Bonds. Imagine if someone told you there was one exercise capable of helping your muscles become stronger, your heart pump more efficiently, your brain think more clearly, your bones stay healthier, your metabolism work better, and your mood improve, all at the same time. It would sound too good to be true. After all, we're used to believing that every problem has its own separate solution. One exercise for weight loss, another for balance, a different one for heart health. Yet the human body doesn't actually work that way. Your body isn't a collection of independent parts. It's a single, connected system where every organ constantly communicates with every other organ. Think of your body like a city. The heart is the transportation network, carrying oxygen and nutrients everywhere they need to go. The lungs are the city's air supply. The muscles are the factories that produce movement and consume energy. The brain acts as the control center, sending instructions and receiving information every second. Your hormones function like messengers, delivering important updates throughout the body. None of these systems operate alone. When one becomes more efficient, the others often improve as well. That's why certain exercises have effects far beyond the muscles you're using. Every movement begins with your brain. Before a single muscle contracts, millions of nerve cells communicate almost instantly, sending electrical signals through your nervous systems. Those signals tell your muscles exactly when to tighten, relax, and coordinate with one another. The moment you begin moving, your heart notices. It starts beating a little faster to deliver more oxygen, rich blood. Your lungs respond by taking in more air. Blood vessels widen, allowing circulation to improve throughout the body. Inside your muscles, something even more fascinating begins to happen. Tiny structures called mitochondria start working harder. These microscopic power stations convert oxygen and nutrients into usable energy. The more regularly they are challenged, the more efficient they become. Instead of producing energy wastefully, they learn to generate it with greater precision. This doesn't just help you exercise longer. It helps every cell in your body perform its daily work more effectively, whether you're walking, thinking, or simply recovering while you sleep. At the same time, your muscles release special signaling proteins known as myokines. Scientists have discovered that these molecules travel through your bloodstream, carrying messages to distant organs. Some support healthy brain function. Others influence how your body manages blood sugar or responds to inflammation. In other words, active muscles don't simply create movement. They also communicate with the rest of your body in ways researchers are still working to fully understand. This explains why the right daily exercise can seem to improve problems that appear completely unrelated. Better circulation delivers more oxygen to your brain, helping support focus and mental clarity. Stronger muscles reduce stress on your joints, making everyday movements easier. Improved cardiovascular fitness allows your heart to perform its work with less effort. Better blood sugar regulation provides steadier energy throughout the day. Even your sleep often improves because regular movement helps regulate your body's internal clock. The remarkable part is that your body doesn't require dozens of complicated routines to begin these changes. It responds to consistent, purposeful movement because movement is what it was designed for. When you move well every day, you're not just exercising one muscle or one organ. You're reminding your entire body how to function as the deeply connected system it has always been. And that simple truth is the reason one well-chosen daily exercise can create benefits that reach almost every part of your health. The moment you begin this exercise, changes start unfolding that you cannot see. There is no flashing light, no dramatic sensation, and no instant transformation. Yet beneath your skin, millions of cells begin adjusting to the new demand. Your body recognizes movement as a signal that it needs to become stronger, more efficient, and better prepared for the future. This is why the greatest benefits of exercise are often invisible. They happen at the microscopic level, where the foundations of health are built. One of the first systems to respond is your circulatory system. As your muscles begin working, they require more oxygen and nutrients. Your heart answers by pumping more blood with each beat, while your blood vessels gently widen to improve circulation. Over time, this repeated process helps your arteries remain more flexible, allowing blood to flow with less resistance. Better circulation doesn't only nourish your muscles, it delivers oxygen to your brain, supports your kidneys, feeds your skin, and carries essential nutrients to every organ that depends on a healthy blood supply. At the same time, your muscles begin using glucose more efficiently. Think of glucose as fuel floating in your bloodstream. When muscles contract, they become eager to absorb that fuel and convert it into energy. This means your body often needs less insulin to move glucose into cells. Over weeks and months of consistent activity, many people develop improved insulin sensitivity, helping stabilize blood sugar and reducing unnecessary strain on the body's metabolic systems. Instead of allowing energy to remain trapped in the bloodstream, your muscles become powerful engines that put it to work. Deep inside each muscle cell, spawns tiny structures called mitochondria respond to this challenge. These microscopic energy factories don't simply work harder, they begin adapting once. They become more numerous and more efficient, producing greater amounts of energy while generating fewer harmful byproducts. This matters because nearly every cell in your body depends on mitochondria to perform its daily tasks. Healthy mitochondria support physical endurance, mental performance, and the countless repair processes that continue even while you're resting. Movement also influences inflammation, one of the body's most misunderstood biological processes. Short-term inflammation is essential for healing, but chronic low-grade inflammation can slowly interfere with normal function throughout the body. So regular exercise encourages the release of natural anti-inflammatory molecules produced by active muscles. Rather than shutting inflammation off completely, your body learns to regulate it more effectively, creating an environment where tissues can repair themselves without remaining in a constant state of stress. Even your brain joins this chain reaction. As blood flow increases and muscles release signaling molecules, the brain receives messages that conditions are favorable for growth and adaptation. Certain natural proteins associated with learning and memory become more active, encouraging connections between nerve cells to strengthen. This is one reason many people notice clearer thinking, better concentration, and improved mood after consistent physical activity. The exercise isn't only strengthening your body, it's helping your brain remain adaptable as well. Perhaps the most remarkable part is that none of these systems work independently. Improved circulation supports healthier mitochondria. Better mitochondrial function provides more energy for muscles. Active muscles release helpful signaling molecules. Those signals influence the brain immune system and metabolism. Lower inflammation allows tissues to recover more efficiently, making future movement easier. Every improvement reinforces the next, creating a biological chain reaction that grows stronger with consistency. This is why one simple daily exercise can produce benefits that seem surprisingly widespread. You're not fixing isolated problems one at a time. You're activating the body's own interconnected repair and adaptation systems. Every session sends the same message: become stronger, become more efficient, and prepare for tomorrow. Over time, those small daily signals accumulate into meaningful changes that reach far beyond the workout itself, influencing nearly every system that keeps you healthy and resilient. Many people believe that the harder an exercise feels, the better it must be. They imagine that progress only comes from exhausting workouts, heavy sweating, or pushing themselves to the point where every muscle aches the next day. It is an understandable belief because dramatic effort seems like it should produce dramatic results. But the human body doesn't reward intensity alone. It rewards repetition. The systems that keep you healthy are shaped far more by what you do consistently than by what you do occasionally. Think about learning a new language. Studying for 8 hours in a single day might leave you mentally exhausted, but if you never practice again, much of that knowledge quickly fades. On the other hand, spending just 20 minutes every day creates steady improvement because your brain is reminded again and again that this skill matters. Your body responds to exercise in much the same way. Every session is a message. When the message is repeated regularly, your body listens. When it arrives only once in a while, it becomes easy to ignore. Every time you perform this exercise, your muscles receive a signal to stay active and capable. Your heart is reminded to pump efficiently. Your lungs practice delivering oxygen where it is needed most. Your joints move through healthy ranges of motion, helping maintain flexibility and reducing stiffness. Your brain strengthens the communication pathways that coordinate movement and balance. None of these changes require extreme effort. They require frequent reminders that these abilities are still important. There is another reason consistency is so powerful. Your body is constantly adapting to the environment you create. If you spend most days sitting, your muscles learn that they don't need to stay strong. Your cardiovascular system becomes less challenged. Your metabolism slows to match lower energy demands. Balance gradually declines because it is rarely tested. Your body isn't trying to work against you. It is simply becoming efficient at the lifestyle you repeatedly practice. Now imagine sending the opposite signal every day. Even a simple exercise tells your body that strength is still needed. Coordination still matters. Healthy circulation remains essential. Energy production must stay efficient. Your body responds by preserving these functions because it expects to use them again tomorrow. This daily reinforcement creates a gradual upward cycle instead of a slow decline. Another important difference between simple daily exercise and exhausting workouts is recovery. Extremely intense exercise can be valuable for some people, but it also demands more recovery time. If every workout leaves you sore for days, you're less likely to repeat it consistently. Eventually, many people stop altogether. A manageable exercise that fits naturally into everyday life becomes much easier to maintain for months or even years. and health is built over years, not days. Scientists often describe this as the principle of accumulated adaptation. Each session may create only a tiny improvement that is almost impossible to notice. One day of exercise rarely transforms your body. Neither do 2 or 3 days. But hundreds of small improvements added together can completely change how your body functions. Stronger muscles, healthier blood vessels, better balance, improved endurance, and greater energy are often the result of thousands of repeated signals rather than one extraordinary effort. Perhaps the greatest advantage of a simple daily exercise is that it removes the biggest obstacle to success: complexity. You don't need expensive equipment, perfect conditions, or endless motivation. You only need the willingness to show up again tomorrow. That is how lasting change happens. Your body doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for consistency. And when you answer that request day after day, even with a single well-chosen exercise, the results can reach far beyond what most people imagine possible. One of the biggest reasons people believe an exercise doesn't work is not because the exercise is ineffective. It's because small mistakes quietly reduce its benefits long before results have a chance to appear. The human body is incredibly adaptable, but it also responds very specifically to the signals it receives. If those signals are inconsistent, rushed, or incomplete, your body simply adapts less. The good news is that these mistakes are usually easy to correct once you understand why they matter. The first mistake is moving too quickly. Many people think that finishing an exercise faster means they are working harder. In reality, speed often replaces control. When movements become rushed, momentum begins doing the work instead of your muscles. Imagine trying to write your signature while someone pushes your hand across the page. You may finish faster, but the result loses precision. Your muscles behave the same way. Slow, controlled movement gives your nervous system time to coordinate each muscle properly, improving strength, balance, and stability all at once. Another common mistake is ignoring posture. Every exercise teaches your body a movement pattern. If your posture is poor while practicing that movement, your brain gradually accepts that pattern as normal. Over weeks or months, this can place unnecessary stress on joints, ligaments, and muscles that were never meant to carry the extra load. Good posture isn't about looking perfect. It's about allowing your bones and muscles to share the workload efficiently so that no single area becomes overloaded. Many people also make the mistake of believing that more is always better. They exercise until they are completely exhausted, assuming fatigue is proof of progress. But your body grows stronger during recovery, not during the exercise itself. Movement creates the stimulus. Recovery allows repair and adaptation. Without enough rest, sleep, proper nutrition and hydration, your body struggles to rebuild the tissues and energy systems that exercise is designed to improve. Progress slows, motivation fades, and people often conclude that exercise has failed them, when in reality they have interrupted the body's natural rebuilding process. Another hidden mistake is inconsistencies. Missing one day is not a problem. Missing several days becomes a pattern. The body is remarkably efficient at conserving energy, and when movement becomes irregular, it starts reducing the resources dedicated to strength, endurance, and coordination. Muscles gradually shrink, balance becomes less precise, and cardiovascular fitness begins to decline. These changes happen slowly enough that most people never notice them until everyday activities begin feeling more difficult. Consistency doesn't have to mean perfection. It simply means returning to the habit often enough that your body continues receiving the message to stay strong. Perhaps the most discouraging mistake is expecting immediate results. Modern life has trained us to expect quick rewards. We press a button and receive an answer instantly. But biology operates on a very different schedule. So your heart doesn't become stronger overnight. Bones don't increase their density after one workout. New blood vessels, healthier mitochondria, and stronger muscles require repeated signals over time. Every session is like placing one brick into a building. A single brick doesn't look impressive, but hundreds of bricks eventually create something strong enough to last for years. The most successful people aren't always those with the greatest natural ability. They're often the ones who respect the process. They focus on moving well instead of moving fast. They value quality over quantity. They understand that recovery is part of training, not a break from it. Most importantly, they stop chasing dramatic transformations and begin appreciating the quiet improvements happening beneath the surface. When you avoid these common mistakes, the exercise can finally do what it was designed to do: help your body become stronger, healthier, and more resilient one day at a time. The greatest exercise in the world is useless if it remains something you only do occasionally. Lasting health is not built from moments of motivation. It is built from habits so simple that they become part of everyday life. The body doesn't remember your intentions. It remembers your actions. Every day you move, you reinforce the message that strength, balance, and energy are still necessary. Every day you skip movement, your body quietly begins adapting to inactivity instead. The choice may seem small today, but over months and years, those small choices shape the future version of you. One of the easiest ways to make exercise a permanent habit is to remove unnecessary obstacles. You don't need the perfect gym, expensive equipment, or an hour of free time. In fact, waiting for ideal conditions often becomes the reason people never begin. Instead, choose a specific time each day when your exercise naturally fits into your routine. It might be immediately after waking up, before breakfast, after work, or before dinner. Performing the same exercise at roughly the same time each day helps your brain associate that moment with movement until it becomes almost automatic. It also helps to start smaller than you think you need. Many people begin with ambitious goals, promising themselves they will exercise for an hour every day. That enthusiasm often lasts only a week or two because life inevitably becomes busy. A much better strategy is to begin with a routine so manageable that skipping it feels harder than completing it. Even a few consistent minutes each day can establish the habit. Once that habit becomes part of your identity, increasing the duration or intensity feels natural rather than overwhelming. Another powerful strategy is to focus on how the exercise makes you feel today instead of how it might change your body months from now. Long-term goals are important, but they can feel distant. Immediate rewards keep habits alive. Notice how your joints feel looser after moving. Pay attention to the steady energy that follows regular activities. Appreciate the sense of accomplishment that comes from keeping a promise to yourself. These small daily victories provide motivation that doesn't depend on dramatic physical changes. It is equally important to accept that perfection is unnecessary. Everyone misses a day from time to time. Travel, illness, family responsibilities, or unexpected events can interrupt even the best routine. What matters is not avoiding every interruption, but refusing to let one missed day become a missed week or a missed month. Think of your habit like a path through a forest. Every time you walk it, the path becomes clearer. Missing one day doesn't erase it, but abandoning it for long periods allows nature to slowly cover it again. As your routine continues, something remarkable begins to happen. The exercise no longer feels like something you have to force yourself to do. It becomes something your body expects. You notice that your balance feels steadier when climbing stairs. Carrying groceries becomes easier. Walking longer distances requires less effort. Your breathing feels smoother, your posture improves, and everyday tasks demand less energy than they once did. These aren't sudden miracles. They are the natural outcome of giving your body the consistent movement it was designed to receive. The real secret is that the exercise itself is only part of the transformation. The greater change is becoming the kind of person who chooses movement every day. That identity influences countless other decisions: how you eat, how you sleep, how you manage stress, and how you care for your health overall. One simple daily exercise becomes the foundation for a healthier lifestyle because it reminds your body and your mind that every day is another opportunity to invest in the future. And when that investment is made consistently, the rewards continue to grow long after the workout itself has ended.